And just in time. Hello. Welcome to another Zendikar Reforged draft. I picked this card before but never drew it. This time maybe we get a chance. I don't know why it gives first strike, being a maul, but it must be quick. There must be some lore there. Wind Robber, pretty cool. Also constructed playable from what I understand. The Sproutling is really good. And some other stuff. I could give up on the maul here, but I think it's just so powerful. Yeah, Maul is just a nice card. Anyway, Wind Robber, Sproutling, Deadly Alliance are all reasonable picks here, but we will take them all. We will take them all. Oh dear. Probably we want Nahiri's Binding over Stonework Pack Beast to really cut white, because I don't necessarily need to be a party deck. Kalni Ambush is fine. I don't actually know how good this card is. In general, these cards, I mean, I know it's good, but I don't know how it rates compared to like premium removal. Kitesail Cleric. Early, it's just a little cleric that taps down a thing. Later, it becomes quite good. Tap up to 2 target creatures, so if you're aggressive, this is what you want. And then there is Ruin Crab, which is crazy to still be here, because I think this card is a nice one. Each opponent mills 3 cards, landfall, 1 mana, crab. Well, it's good, but I think we'd rather have Feed the Swarm here. Sacrifice a creature, draw a card. If it's a cleric, if you control a cleric, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life, you gain a life. So that is super annoying for some decks to play against, and it's pretty powerful. We don't actually have any creatures yet, but maybe these Blood Priests are going to come late. Shoot, do I want the Relic Vial or do I want the Blood Priest first? I think I want the Vial. Mind Carver. The Jerboa. Don't love this pack. Anti-Cognition. I actually do like Anti-Cognition. The Skitter Sneak is okay. Just be some Esper control deck here. I don't love Jerboa. Don't love Cascade Seer. The Sneak is okay, but not great. Yeah, I'll take the Anti-Cognition. Plunder. I think there are enough ways of drawing cards that I don't need Plunder. Predation, on the other hand, is going to be really good. And if we really wanted to get into green, we could do that, but I don't think we want to do that. More anti-cognitions. Maybe we are just going to be that control deck. Nothing's going to wheel for us. Passed some good blue cards. On the other hand, there is this Core Celebrant, which works really well in a white-black deck. Don't know about this pick. Skitter Sneak is a nice rogue. Smite is a fine sideboard card. I guess we do need creatures eventually. But nothing ridiculous is coming this late. Chilling Trap. And this is Zendikar. And Broken Wings to protect our stuff. I'll let someone have it. Disenchant, Living Tempest. A card like Living Tempest used to be really strong, but now I think it's a bit weaker than usual. It doesn't have anything else going for it. Might still be okay, but yeah, I'll take it. It's a creature. If we're gonna draft the way I'm planning on drafting, it'll probably be pretty important. Hunger's fine. Ox versus Scale the Heights. I think color preference puts us into Ox here. Not an awful first pack, but not one where we know what we're doing exactly. We've got... I guess we are just 5 colors. Thank you. Thank you, Omnath. This is the Chase Rare of the set. It is the second time I've opened it. And it's 30 tickets. Is it a Cleric? I think we have to take Cleric of Lifespawn because Omnath is not a Cleric. We really need Clerics to make Vial work. Well, I'm the streamer that makes the tough choices. No. Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll take the free... Yeah, we got there. This deck is now a 10 out of 10. Now we're going for 15 out of 10. Anything we should be worried about? Sometimes Clerics wheel. I've seen that before. We could try to make something out of this. You know, or not. Roost of Drakes. So, it is white. The only color it's not is black. So Journey's really strong here. A Roost of Drakes would be interesting too, but we don't have anything that really works with it yet. And Journey can answer it. I have exiled a Roost of Drakes with Journey before. Nice. Oh, Acquisitions Expert. That's a good card. It's like pretty good early. It's like a better pack rat. Not pack rat. Not better pack rat. It's a better burglar rat early. But late, you just take their best card. You take their Omnath. And you put it into your pool. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, draw 5 cards, reveal kicker. The Chronicler's good. I guess. But that's not really what we're doing. Take the Expert. I can't pass a burglar rat. It's too strong. The weird part about Omnath is the one piece of good fixing in the set is black. It's a black uncommon. Get a foil Omnath. The foil might be worth... No, the foil's worth more. How do we check that? Not by much. Tiny bit more. For people trying to collect the whole set. So they're worth about the same. Oh, I do like Fireblade Charger. Don't know that that's going to be our pick. I also don't love McKindy Stampede. It doesn't make a ton of sense in this deck. And I don't want the 5th Adventure Awaits here. Ooh, I do want Onto Inversion. Okay, this is getting a little too crazy. What do we want to build? Do we want to build around these Relic Vials? Or do we want a control deck? I think I want to do a control deck. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely good crazy in multiple directions, but you're not going to end up with a crazy deck if you don't pick a direction. You're just going to end up with a bad deck. But I think I will take the inversion. I love this kind of card. Jwari Disruption. The J is silent. Wary Disruption. There it is. I've decided. If we do nothing else on the stream, we decide how cards are pronounced. Wary Disruption. That's so good. Yeah, I love this kind of card. I love control magic. We're not going to be super aggressive anymore, I don't think, so let's take the Royal Mage. One of our first wizards, too. Smite. Pressure Point. We have no green in this deck, which is kind of weird. Kind of strange. Tactics could be fine. Sometimes it's just going to do nothing, though. I'll take the Ascetic. And the Raptor. You may return a land you control to its owner's hand. So that is good with these kind of things. Chilling Trap. We don't have a ton of wizards, do we? One wizard. At this point, I'll take Broken Wings. Okay, how about taking the Adept over Adventure Awaits? Because we know we're in white. We're pretty sure we're in white. And Reclaim the Wastes. Perfect. I think we're kind of getting there. It's still going to be hard to make the mana work, especially since I don't know if we can play black. But we could play Bant Splashing Omnath, like the Form Engine. This was the chase car in Live Magic, but I don't think it's worth anything online. 138. That's too bad. This was my pre-release promo for the kit I got in Live Magic. Sold the heck out of that. Wonder if it's worth anything now. Does it do anything good for us? Yeah, it's gone down a little bit, so I'm glad I sold it. It's a unique effect, and EDH players really eat that stuff up. Vastwood Surge. Or we could take Lull Mage's Familiar. God. I guess we're taking the Vastwood Surge. I probably should have taken the Mythic there, but oh well. Lull Mage's Familiar. Is that what we're doing? It doesn't actually help cast Omnath at all, but it helps cast stuff that helps cast Omnath. And it's not bad, it's just not a bad card in general. Or should we take Bubble Snare? Or another anti-cognition. We don't have a ton of stuff with kicker anyway. If anything. I'll take the Bubble Snare. Hopefully no one's in blue-green and we just get that stuff anyway. Nahiri's lithoforming. Isn't this worth something? No, it's the mythic like this. Sacrifice X lands. My opponent did this to me. They did Omnath plus lithoforming, and it seemed pretty strong. I don't love the rest of this. It might be fun to try it. I mean, we don't really have a good landfall payoff, but whatever. Balagad Recovery and Marasa Sprout. We're getting a late Sproutling, but I don't think we have anything that really works with it. Do we? We have nothing with kick. We have hardly anything with kicker. God, it's a strong card though. I'll take the recovery, but that hurts. That hurts me. What? Scoot Swarm. This is the combo. Lithoforming, Omnath, Scoot Swarm. Scoot Swarm makes Scoot Bugs. That's insane to get this late. Wow. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, make a 1/1 cat. That's not bad. We could just overwhelm our opponent with random stuff, or we could take this Rabid Bite. But I feel like we're not going to have creatures in play reliably. This thing can't really help us. We could play another Nectar Pot. Or the Adept. Nectar Pot. I thought Nectar Pot was uncommon. Maybe I just opened a weird version of it. We already have an Adept. I kind of want to... I just want stuff to survive, but maybe the Adept is good at that. It helps make our deck a bit smaller. Oh well, I've convinced myself we don't want a ton of... where is it? Of the bugs anyway. We already have one. Only to cast kicked spells. That's not great. Riptide could be fine. I'll take Shepherd. It gains life. And Lull Mage's Familiar. Scale the Heights looks fine too. I've got to take Familiar at this point. Wow, they're both coming back. Okay, fine. We'll try to build something with this. Celebrant gains life. And we have a Broken Wing, so I'll take the Colony. Wow. Scale versus Scythe Cat. Take a Scythe Cat. Now we really want some landfall payoffs, I guess? I don't know what this deck's going to be. Well, I'm going to cut all the black and try to make this work somehow. Goodness gracious. Inversion seems okay. Forget Ox. Forget Tempests. Royal Mage is good. To make these cards a bit smaller. Pressure Point. Cut one of those. Got a lot of these lands. Not so many as I thought. Couple of Celebrants. Yeah, I do want to gain a bunch of life. We do have these Familiars to help ramp into stuff. Maybe cut one Farsight Adept. Cut the Chilling Trap. Maybe we don't need Anti-Cognition. The Maul is still probably fine. Broken Wings, we can keep that in the sideboard. How many spells can we kick? Not that many. So maybe we get rid of a Familiar. Because we do need a lot of cuts here. What is our plan? I guess our plan is ultimately win with Scoot Swarm. And if we have a Cleric, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life, you gain a life. That's nice for the ultimate combo of like destroying all of our Scoot Swarms with a Cleric in play, but we don't have any other sacrificial creatures to that. Oh, good luck, MT, on your work. Thanks for stopping in when you can. Yeah, with this mana, I just don't see any reason to put black in, even though we have a couple good ones. Vial's kind of fighting for a weird spot in our deck, too. That's 18 lands, but we could use a lot of lands in this deck. Oh yes. Yeah, if we can get this deck working, it'll be super powerful. Unfortunately, this is a Cleric. I think our only creature type is Cleric, although the healer works really well with the Shepherd, giving it lifelink. We have one Wizard, 2 Wizards, and the rest are Clerics. Maul is probably just a fine card to have. I want Anti-Cognition because we don't have anything else to do early, but I guess it's not that good. We're never going to get them to have that many cards in their graveyard. Yeah, we do have Drawry Disruption. I guess that's fine. This is 19 lands, essentially, with Reclaim to find one. Not enough to do on the early turns. I could put in Pressure Point just for something to do. We could always put these cards down early. Scoot Swarm is kind of a turn 6 play. Wow, this looks fun. This looks pretty cool. And if we ever lose something, we've got the recovery to get it back. How are we going to add red mana? We really need Reclaim and Surge. And we probably play 3 mountains besides that. So that'd be 5 sources of red. And each of these get both, potentially, both pieces of red. And potentially we could, well, this is kind of stupid, but if we have a ton of mana but not 2 red, we could pick up a red and use it again. So that's a thing. Do we even want the Maul? I mean, it could just win the game. It makes us a 3/6 first strike flying blocker. It's got to be pretty good. So do I cut Pressure Point here? And Pressure Point cycles, I just don't want to get stuck with it, but yeah. Farsight Adept. Dang, I could cut that. But again, drawing cards is pretty important here. I think I'm going to try with this few lands. Hopefully it works out. 12, 10, 5, 2. Yeah, play 3 of those. Maybe just 2 blue. That's crazy. Crazy to play this few of everything, but we do need 2 blue. Essentially that's 3 blue, 6 green, 6 white. Let's take out Pressure Point and put in another green source. And what that does is give us 8 white, 5 red, 5 blue, and 7 green. It's kind of a mess, but it looks fun. Looks like a fun little deck here. Put all these kind of in their spots. What I could also do is take out the Maul and assume it's going to be no good, but the Maul is just a pretty good card in general. As long as we have the time to use it, and hopefully we'll have the time to use it with all the mana we're making. I mean, we could get up to like 64 bugs if our opponent lets us. Reclaim. Why don't we just save that? Blue shouldn't be... Well, I guess red is easier to find than blue. But we don't need to do this yet. Hopefully they don't kill the Scythe Cat, and then we can just attack for 5 Baneslayer Cat here. Yeah, this would be a great artifact to find if you were actually exploring the Skyclaves, giving you flying. I mean, all the core explorers have all this like climbing gear. Tell you what though, if we draw Omnath, we might run out reclaim. Umara Wizard. Okay. Okay, alright, alright. Okay. We'll just go ahead and snag a blue here. Alright. I guess it's not technically the natural, because it's not so natural. I could see doing Celebrant here, but I'd rather do the Scythe Cat this turn. So we might get hit for 2 here, because I don't want to give that up yet. These colors, they've got to be wondering to themselves, what's my opponent gonna try to resolve next turn? Now, if they just pass here, that's really creepy, because they could counter what we do. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so now they are not going to counter Omnath. And they're thinking, this looks like Omnath, and it is. Sometimes people give you props for being lucky. They rarely give you props for being good. Or maybe that's just because I'm not good. If I was good, they'd give me props for it. Ah, the second color. We had 4 colors before they had 2. Omnath, I mean, it's not a very ridiculous creature. It's just a 4/4. And generally, yeah, it'll gain 4 life a couple times. But that's really good if you're trying to combo, because if you have the good late game, and your opponent has to like overcome you gaining 4 or 5 life every turn, how does that get fair? It doesn't. It's not fair. All right, we want white here. And probably put Maul on the Scythe Cat. Can you rank all the Omnaths? I can't even name all the Omnaths. Omnath's Locus of Mana. Is there a Locus of Rage? Locus of Creation? Locus of the Royal? I think they're going to be ranked just in order of appearance. Chronologically, as it were. Did they just keep getting 1 more color? Is that the deal? The next Omnath, the next time they bring back Zendikar, it'll be like Omnath, Locus of Zendikar, and it'll be ultra mythic. Mark my words, and it'll have all 5 colors, and it'll say destroy all planeswalkers, and then Omnath becomes an Eldrazi. I don't know what it'll do. Something like that. Yeah, this is getting good. I think I'd rather them kill the Scythe Cat here. So let's make that their big problem. I can't re-equip that quite yet. Potentially not even next turn. It'd be great if they just wiped out our board. We did inversion and flipped the script. Ooh, Roost of Drakes. They're trying to take my skies, but it's not going to work. Nobody takes my skies. gets away with it. I want to represent a consistent picture of what we might have. Last turn we kept up white and blue, so we'll do the same thing here. And they're pretty much dead, so that's a thing. Take 7, we're at 27. 27 to 7. Yep. Go. And if we draw the right thing, we get 2 landfall triggers on the Scythe Cat, and we can beat 1 Drake. But I guess that's pretty unlikely. 1 card in our deck that does that. And I probably wouldn't even use it for that, because if we wait until 8 mana, we can kick it. Also, I doubt I'll be lucky enough to get a turn 4 Omnath every game, but it seems to be good when it works. And someone did it to me, so it's only fair. Yeah, I don't know if this makes sense flavor-wise. So that had first strike. Am I supposed to re-equip the Maul here? I guess not. It doesn't matter. Put it on the Celebrant or something. Because I might want to re-equip it. I don't know. Who knows? Like, I might want to put it back on the Scythe Cat and do something else. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If there were a card that cost 5 and they found another flyer, we would definitely want to keep it on the Scythe Cat. Right, right. Good. Broken Wings. We do want Broken Wings. We don't necessarily need a million Celebrants. So why don't we make that small change? Okay. Actually looks decent. I mean, we've got the recovery to add mana. It's a bit too much white, I would say, but oh well. Could still get Omnath here. Just need to draw Omnath and blue. Yeah, the Shepherd is mainly good because it's a 3/4 flyer. Forget the life gain. It can come up, but it's not super likely to come up. Well, there's blue if we can take it. It's yours if you can take it. Come on. Blue. We have only 2 blue sources in the deck. That is seeming more and more wrong. Like, Lull Mage's Familiar is probably awful here. There's just a lot going on in this deck. Oops. Yeah, because I can afford to play Bubble Snare, Royal Mage, and Disruption late, but I can't really afford to play the Familiar late. I think that needs to come out. That's a good point. Aha! Play that. Replay this. Keep gaining life. Oh, this stave or wand or whatever their mace that they're holding looks like a Triforce, but it's actually a tetrahedron thing. Uh-oh. Looks like I don't control the skies for much longer here. Kind of want familiar, because the shepherd doesn't do a lot. It's not like we're going to be kicking a spell. I also want to pick up one of these lands eventually, but not before I get some of the right mana. Can't attack there. Yeah, we're getting hit here. Scoot Swarm would be the nuts. Gotta draw a Scoot Swarm. Scoot Bug. That's a lot of flyer. Ascetic? I mean, that's good. It's another cleric. Returning the ruins doesn't make much sense, nor does returning the sanctuary, to be honest. I think playing a bunch of lands is fine. Can't really attack with those. The shepherd does block the diviner, so maybe that's a good reason to play it. I'll play land first, in case they can counter it. Unless we pay 2. And then I think we'll keep the Royal Mage back. So gain 3 this turn. All this life gain is really important when I'm behind like this. Look at the top 6. Get an instant or sorcery. And they missed. Ouch, 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 ouch. Because they are running out of stuff a little bit. They've got 2 cards in their hand. And they can only attack for 4. I mean, sounds like it'd be enough, doesn't it? Yeah, thank goodness for these lands. I would be nowhere without them. Adept. Lets them draw a card, but it lets me draw a card. So I might want to do it here. I want to draw a card. Okay, we'll gain some life. Oop, target opponent, yep. Omnath. Didn't think I'd be drawing that. I also don't really want to play land, but whatever. Some stuff in our deck really helps us if we do draw land here. I need to keep Shepherd back to block the Diviner because I'm not the aggressive one just yet. So we can bind the Falconer. They might have another Into the Royal, but a lot of my creatures, they don't really want to return. Maybe the Angel will get a couple more damage in, but we replay it and gain 4, so maybe they just have a kill spell. Yeah, okay. So now we could return the Sanctuary and get Shepherd back. That's a sorcery to return it, so we've got to do all that at once. Ouch. And now we can attack into the Riptide. No more flyers, please. No. Okay. Okay, this is getting there. We gain 2 life if we kick a spell, but we can do more if we don't. So what do? We kick, we keep this tapped. They all have passive effects, which kind of sucks. But the Raptor is good for the Wizard. Eight mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, I don't really want the life, I guess. Maybe we attack with the ascetic first. Just to see what happens. Because it's not something they really want to block. I guess if they kick something, that kind of sucks for us, but... Then we could pick up Belaged's Sanctuary and just hold it. But we need to use the Lull Mage's Familiar, so I think we just forget about that. Cast this here so it doesn't untap. Get Tazim Raptor going. Oops. Get Sanctuary back. And then keep that thing under control. Now, if our Lull Mage Familiar dies, we're in trouble. We could always replay the recovery. But I'd say we've stabilized here. We're just one kicked spell away from destruction. The Blight Priest is weird in their deck, because how many ways of gaining life do they have? They could steal a Celebrant and then gain life that way. Skitter Sneak, oh, thank goodness. Irrelevant. Black deck that doesn't mill at all. Nice. Oh, that's that's funny. We only have 7. So maybe we don't use it. Well, anyway, we can Royal Mage back the recovery at some point, so why don't we just use this now? Recovery. Hold on. Yeah, let's go ahead and use it. Pass it. And hope they don't get that kicked spell, although I think we survive it. It's just we might have to lose something. And we go to very low life. 7. At this point, I'm not too sad about running out inversion. If we draw an untapped land, and their board gets way better. Like if they stole the Raptor? I don't know what they're going to do here. Zoff Consumption. Ouch. Ouch. And they gain life, so I lose a life. Nice. Yeah. Okay, trade that Raptor off. Easy. They might have the 1 mana. No, they just traded it off. Cool. Party of 2, so this costs 3. 4, 5. We can Royal Mage back the recovery. Gain 2 life. Or we could just gain 4 life here. Yeah, just do this. I don't think we're going to want inversion this game. I think we're doing well enough without it. And my Ascetic is a better blocker. They can double up with the Skitter Sneak and whatnot, and that becomes hard to deal with. Another Riptide. A pack beast, and that's it. They've got a full party, but no way that I know that they can take advantage of that. Land is nice. Yeah, let's get back the recovery. And start attacking. We could trade the Ascetic with one of the Riptides, and besides that, I think we just survive. So yeah, we're okay here. We're even ahead on time, which is... Mind Drain, oh come on. Recovery gets a card back, so that's fine. And we we lose them all. We lose them all. So what do we want? Potentially we want them all back. Because that kills them the quickest. And it has the most utility pretty soon here. And that's assuming we don't need to kill a flyer, and I don't think we do. So let's play this. Put it on the Ascetic and attack for 10. Thanks for milling me, finding this gem. They would need to kick that white bird that taps 2 of our creatures to really have a chance here. They tap 2, we still block 10. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's nothing. Good game. Game over, man. That was interesting. I like how our deck plays. I think we have the mana pretty much right. And the familiar was actually kind of important. So now I don't know what to think about it. The familiar was good there. What would we play over it? Just a pressure point, I guess. Just to draw an extra card. But it was so strong, I kind of don't want to give up on it. Yeah, let's keep it in. Is it a baby Baloth? I don't know. This art reminds me of a changeling. But I don't know what it's supposed to be. I like this hand, though. We might want to get... We might want to return the wastes for blue here. And then we can use Vastwood Surge to get our double red. Yeah, let's do it. Because we only have 2 blue in the deck, and there's no chance we draw it. The thing to do would be to wait until turn 4 to get blue and red. I think this is fine. Show them what they already know about. Ooh. Scythe the Cat. Land. Now, the Maul is setting us up for bad news, so I'll play the familiar here. And then we can even journey something here. Wow. Death Touch. What does this do? A Menace 2/3. That's a 5/3 as long as we have like supersized graveyard. Yeah, whatever. That's some land for you. What do we want? I think, let's see, 4 Menace. I think we want to play the Maul this turn. And just put it on the big guy and pass it. Akum Teeth, and then black-white dual land. So, looks like they've got a 4 or 5 color deck out there. Maybe they're just splashing a red card and something like a Journey. Or they just wanted to show off. Shadow Cat. Interesting. Hey! There we go. That's what I'm talking about. 4, 5. Draw a card. With pleasure. Gain some life. Always like gaining some life. So every turn for the rest of the game, we're gaining at least 5 life. Unless, of course, they kill something. Yeah, I think now we can attack. No, I'm not going to, because if they kill Omnath here, Lotus Cobra, ooh, spicy. They might have an Omnath too, to be honest. No, not with... No. It's a fine card to play, but I don't think they have an Omnath here. It doesn't quite make sense. Okay, so they killed the familiar. Destroy target creature for 4. Ouch. Jund Omnath. Yeah, right. No white at all. Who needs it? And they didn't kill Omnath, so we're basically in the clear. Oh, I wish we... Well, hold on. We can add a lot of mana this turn if we want to use Surge. We could kind of do all of it. Or should we just wait? So we use Surge. That costs 4. We add another 4. And then we'll have 6 left over. I kind of just want to put the Oblivion on the Scythe Cat. I also want to equip the Maul so they don't have any good attacks. I think it makes sense to do Surge here. Surge and equip Maul. And then we can do anything we want next turn. The problem is, if they get to sacrifice this cat, they're in pretty good shape. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have to wait a million turns for this anyway, so why don't we just do this? So let's get red and green. So we've got some mana going. We do 4 damage to them by playing a land. And either play a 4/4 or equip the Maul. And I think we want to equip this Maul. And shoot, I think not attack. So this does a couple good things. It makes it so it's really hard for them to attack. And it takes some lands out of our deck. So we don't have actually very many lands at all in our deck, because we haven't played any of the land spells. Binding. Binding is good, so we can bind the Shadow Cat. They don't have any flyers. Yeah, let's just do that. This puts them so low. Goodness gracious, does it put them low. And I don't know about you, but I kind of want to keep this land in my hand. They're not going to kill us this turn. And if we draw a Scoot Swarm, we want to make a copy. Splendid. They're offering this trade because if it dies, they get the 1/1, or they get the trigger from it dying to draw a card. But no, thank you. I might just Journey to Oblivion it eventually. Or Bubble Snare, even better. Trample. We have the win. We have the win on board here, so I'm going to try to go for it. We exile the rogue and attack for 11. For whatever reason, this thing has trample, so that'll work. Sky Dancer. I mill 2 cards. And they absorb 6. Nice. So they take 5 here, which is not nothing. And there's no good reason for me to kick this, so I'm just going to cast it here. Nice. Well, that took a bit, but we got it done. Broken Wings. I don't love that here. They have a lot of important ground creatures. Pressure Point might be good over Familiar, but the Familiar's have been not bad. Living Tempest might be okay. Ah, whatever. Deck is fine like it is. Just get our turn 4 Omnath again and we're all set. Looks good. Well, it almost looks good. We have so few green sources in our deck. Keep it though. Trying to think if there's any combination we do want a blue or green on turn 2 if possible. Ooh, because if we draw, well, no, it doesn't really matter what we play here. Oh, please draw the natural. Come on, just green. Come on. We have so many green lands in our deck. Even the tapped green would be okay here. It wouldn't be perfect, but it'd be pretty sweet. No. Okay. Well, let's get the Celebrant out there. It should be able to block the Scythe Cat at least. Unless they Rabid Bite it. Don't Rabid Bite it? Okay, Cobra, land, Rabid Bite. Wow, no land. Okay. Green. Yes. Exodia. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Oh god, okay. Drawn hot today. Ah, shoot. I miss playing against salty opponents. Chooses blue, huh? Okay. They've got some colors here. Steel Omnath. Cast with 4 colors, so it's a 6/7. Not bad. And a little Death Toucher is fine. Belaged Recovery. Well. I think we can use Vastwood Surge here. That adds a lot of mana. And it could put Reclaim... We could kick Reclaim the Wastes. Or just cast it. Play another land. Then we'll have 4 mana left over. Huh. It's a weird turn, isn't it? I think we still want to surge it here. Cast. We definitely want 1 red and 1 green. So those come in. Now we have a lot of lands. But we haven't played a land yet. Oh god. Yeah, let's just do this. I mean, why not? Play this. You take 4. Pass it. I don't mind taking 6 or 7 here. As long as they don't kill Omnath. But either way, we're going to have 8 mana next turn. That's pretty good for them. That's 6 mana, potentially. Oh, and now they can attack with Scythe Cat. So we're taking 11 here. Oh, be nice. Ascetic? That doesn't matter so much, but it's annoying. Oh, so much damage. I could kill this Death Toucher. The Celebrant's gonna gain us a lot of life here. I think I just have to take all of this. Play my Ascetic, which kills the Scythe Cat. Journey, thank goodness. Alright, so let's gain some life. Oh, I should have played Nectar Pot first. What am I doing? It's 1 life. It's 8 mana. Wrath the board. That'd be sweet. Play this thing. And then I think we use Recovery on the Surge. And if we can survive 1 more turn here, I mean, we're back up to 20 life, so I think we're not in awful shape. God, Omnath's got to be annoying to play against. Or if we draw the Scoot Swarm, we just play that. Alright, it's starting to hurt. We could probably survive now even if Omnath died. Spring Mantle Cleric, if they have a couple of those in their deck, then these lands look a lot more powerful. 5/5, yeah, their cards are big. Cards are not small. I'll take 12 here. I don't mind, or 13 rather. Well, just 12. Yeah, seems fine. So we're not going to lose both of them, hopefully. Go to 8. Celebrant? Another Celebrant? Eight for a kicked Surge. Makes my guys pretty big. And then I can spend a little mana afterwards to exile the 6/7. And that should be enough, right? Gain some life. Get some cods. Journey. Of lots of lands next turn. And now, yeah, we just have good blockers for everything except this stupid Death Toucher. Good thing we have the hammer in our deck, the Maul. Because the Blightblade is just impossible for us to kill or get around without it. They haven't drawn their kill spell yet, thank goodness. Yeah, yes, okay, that's all they have. Then that's all we need to deal with. It's such a good turn to draw Scoot Swarm, come on. Well, there's Maul. Nectar Pot doesn't do it. Oh yes, it might. Do 8 here. Celebrant. Oh, right, yeah, it gains life. 3, 4. Return a land, return white. Play the bug. Play the white. And attack for 8. They're like, all right already. Fine. Yeah, not bad. Like, again, one more turn where even if they kill Omnath, we're probably fine. And the Shadow Cat's not quite it. I'll take 5, I guess. I mean, I block one of these things with this Celebrant. And even drawing land's not awful here. I gain 5 life. Royal Mage. To get recovery back? I guess we simply attack for 10. They don't have a way to kill Maul. Oh, what do we want? I think we want the recovery. This gains a lot of life. We can hold the colony back. Hopefully they don't have us discard 2 cards. I think I'm just going to risk it here. Oh, okay. So they're looking for cards, but they took away 5 power. Nice. All right, 2-0. Yeah, I'll play first. You know I have to keep this. And then surge into a turn 5 Omnath. Ooh. Finally, the Scoot Swarm. I really can't afford to lose it. Even though I could surge next turn up to 6, I can't. Cast it. Can't, and I won't, and I'm not going to. Come on. Yeah, we just have to play this safe. Num 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 num. All right, good stuff. Do we need anything else? They just kill it, but that's... All right. All right. They say that's enough. Even if I could have dealt with that, I'm good. What we still haven't done is the lithoforming. We might not get the chance. I think we can keep this. And I think I'm going to reclaim turn 1 to get blue. Just because we have the disruption. And I want to catch something with it. So red-black, interesting. Going to be aggressive, potentially. Oh. Oh, up, up, up. Okay. Oh, come on. They're not going to let me do this? We'll do it sometime else. Hello, Bizzurio. If you're just getting here, you're in for a real treat. Potentially this is the last game. Don't play a 4-drop, come on. Scorch Rider. Should we bind that? I don't see a better option. Yeah, the final, well, potentially the final game. We're up a game in the finals. And our deck is special. No! All my beautiful cards. Oh no, they can either get the Raptor or the Inversion. That's a tough call for them. They took the Raptor, okay. Aggressive deck over there. Now they know about the disruption though. That sucks. It's so good against this. But at least it does stop them from playing 5-mana monsters. I think I play the disruption next turn. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we've got the right mana. This is next turn. If I don't draw land, I'll do disruption. Warrior, so that's just a 2/2. Don't need to obliviate anything. Control dot hand here. They also don't want to overcommit because they know we're working up to inversion. I think they've seen this forest, and they've definitely seen the disruption. A rogue, sure. Even if I get a 2-for-1 with inversion, it'll probably be worth it. I just don't want to get too low. There we go. There we are. If they have another Cinderclasm, we're in trouble. Scoot time. And we have counter magic up for anything they could possibly do here. Yeah, the only thing that really gets it is another Cinderclasm. That's why I want to save Disruption here. If we didn't draw Scoot Swarm there, I think I just play the Disruption, but we'll see. And if I'm not going to use Inversion, I'll just play it as a land. But it might be nice to reset against them. We also have the land that can get Scoot Swarm back from our graveyard. Relic Axe. Yeah, sucks, but I can deal. We really need another, like, double landfall thing. And step. Yes! Like that, perhaps. Something like that might do. I don't want to do it this turn. I want to do it next turn. I should have played this last turn. Shoot. Okay, we get a couple bugs. We hold up Oblivion and hope they don't discard our hand. If they discard our hand, that would suck. Let's get rid of the axe, I think. Or let's get rid of the bug catcher, whatever. The axe doesn't hurt, the trample does hurt. And why not? Bring it in here. This is really greedy, but if I can make 3/3 scoot swarms, then I'm in a lot better shape against this stuff. 8. We could play the land, get 8 3/3s. I think I just take this hit. Come on. Don't mind drop me. Yes, okay. Okay. Play it again. Cast with kicker. Yeah. Cinderclasm is an out. Yeah. $32 plus 8, 40 power and toughness. Is that it? I guess it's a lot of 1/1s. Only 40 power and toughness? Oh well. Yeah, thanks for watching. This is the most fun draft I've had yet, and it's really cool that the format allows this kind of thing. So, thanks for sharing this ride today, and goodbye.